Ducklings, welcome back. Come on, welcome back again. It was merely a short break that we had here, but now we have returned with our second quarterfinals match. Here we go. We're going to be diving into Rex versus Lemon in a ZvP. The matchup continues, but with two very different players as we're getting into game one and spawning. We do have our Taiwanese Zerg player, Rex, for Team Offside. And in the bottom right, we have for Mystery Gaming, it is Lemon. So I do apologize. There we go. There we go. We do have our ZvP before us here. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Predictions are now open. You can place your bets on who you believe will face off against Firefly in the next round. Will it be the Zerg or the Protoss? Up to you to decide. Up to you to decide. As we have switched our streams over to a different clean feed where hopefully is a little bit more stable. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I'll give a bit of feedback here. Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, maybe it's gonna be better here over on YouTube. It's not ideal, not ideal. For those that are curious, we are casting from a clean feed. We are not in game ourselves. This is a clean feed provided by the Chinese stream, by the main stream, of course. And they do have to kind of go through a VPN. They have to, yeah, they have to go through the VPN. They have to go through a couple of different avenues to actually get us the clean feed, and not the most stable of things, unfortunately. Okay, we're good. We are good. As again, we're going to be diving into our setup here. So far, Lemon going for a gate expand into his Cybercore into his Stargate. Is going to be a Stargate opener out of Lemon. Meanwhile, Rex is going to be going for a hatch gas pull. Nothing crazy yet. Nothing out of the norm yet here. As we're gonna be no as we're gonna be picking up a couple of lings. Actually, hold on. I know that I can. We have the power. I was just pausing to kind of let the stream catch up a little bit, and hopefully that does help as we're getting into this. And we do see Rex getting into his own defensive link production just to be able to minimize his losses against the initial depths. Depths are going to be harassing across the map. No. They're going to be looking to harass across the map here as, yeah, it looks like this is something that happens, that would happen sometimes with Master Coliseum or Kung Fu Cup or WTL, is that we are relying on that clean feed, and hopefully it's able to maintain itself. As they do shade across the map, but there are going to be some lings here to harass. They do manage to force it back, at least for the time being. They do fend off the adepts. And we do minimize our losses here. Rex doesn't lose a single drone. Adepts are going to be fended off. And it is going to be down to the Oracle to try to keep up here when it comes to its harassing damage, as it does zoom across. Ling's going to be punishing that third base. Oh. And it's slowing down quite a bit, actually. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to go back to Switch. This is rough. Hold on. We'll try to work through it. We'll try to work through it here. As we do have our Orc harass continuing. Gonna get a couple of drone kills. Meanwhile, the follow-up here is gonna be a little bit different. Oh, actually, quite different here. So one, we have Lings harassing across the map. The shield battery is not quite done, so we're gonna get some probe kills. Probes are going to be going down. Brutal losses there by Lemon. He loses 3 probes in total, losing a Stalker as well. This thing run by getting far more than it should have. Ay, ay, ay. Lings, they popped off there at the 3rd base. But what I was referring to is that the Forge for Lemon was quite late. Blink is well underway and the Forge was delayed. I wonder if that was just a slip-up just because of all the harassment that was going on, or if it was a little bit more intentional. We'll keep our eye on Lemon. Regardless, +1 on Blink is going to be the follow-up. This is a very different strategy compared to what we saw from Firefly. Firefly was very aggressive with his charge lock compositions. This is a little bit more macro-oriented from Lemon. With +1 Blink Stalkers, you can harass, you can apply pressure, but you can also transition into Colossus, into a 4th base, into a longer game. So I imagine that's where we're headed. We'll keep our eye on the Protoss. Meanwhile, Oracles, they do get across the map. They're going to be threatening those gases. They get 3 drone kills for themselves before getting out of there. Meanwhile, Rex, he's rushing into an infestation pit. Interesting. So it's going to be a Ling Roach heavy composition with a fast infestation pit that gives us fast Adrenal. We could try to rush into a higher form of tech, but I imagine that's just for Adrenal and for maybe even faster Vipers. I'm curious. I'm curious what Rex has in store for us. I'm very curious here. For now, Rex is going to be droning up quite nicely on 4-base saturation, up to 76 workers. Again, you can see that this ZvP is very different to the last. Rex, he's embracing a higher drone count so much more freely compared to Silky. Silky, he would always stay on a very low drone count, 2-3 base saturation at most, and go for all-ins. Here, Rex trying to play it out macro-wise instead. Hydrogen on the way for eventually Lurker production. Lings, they try to engage. Stasis traps are going to get baited out. A couple of Stalkers do get picked off. Not quite. They do get low, but not a single Stalker goes down yet. Blinks are looking good. Yeah, Stasis traps once again going off. Rex, he is going to be able to hold on. Likewise, Lemon minimizing his losses, rotating around, getting in towards Storm. So I assumed it was going to be for eventually Colossi production, but no, it's going to be Storm, Chargelots, and Archons. Once again, Rex engaging a bit prematurely. They're bleeding out a lot of Lings. With the death of those Lings, that's going to be the death of some of these Roaches. Oh. Rex has to be very careful here. He's on the brink here of losing some Roaches, and with that, that will kind of snowball out of control here. That's the power of Stalkers. As Lings are going down, Roaches are now getting picked off. Behind this, we're trying to rush into Lurker production. Rex, he's already got the Hydrogen. Lurker Den is on the way. Hive is on the way. Really greedy style out of Rex. His goal here is to survive. Survive long enough until he gets those Lurkers. But can he survive? So far, Lemon, losing his Observer. Did get sniped by that pile. Blinking against the army. Blinking against the army. Likewise, Roaches taking a couple of extra losses. Stays strapped to the face. Now, what's important here is that, again, Lemon is by no means all in. Lemon, he's just trading as efficiently as possible while he gets his 4th base up and running. Takes up into Storm, into Charge, Immortal production underway. Because of that, because Lemon wasn't committing, because he was teching, that means that Rex gets away with it. That means that Rex, he survives. If Lemon had cut workers, if he had doubled down on more gateways and really been more assertive with a War Prism to reinforce, then maybe Lemon, I do think Lemon breaks Rex. I do think Lemon would have broken him, but now it's too late, and now we have Lurkers. Now we have Lurkers on the way. They have arrived. Storm zoning back the army, forcing Rex back. Puts him back for a moment. Good snipe there on one of those Lurkers, getting a second Lurker as well. They do get that second Lurker. Likewise, Storm's being thrown down, but the High Templar are exposed. Yeah, they're forced to morph into Archons. Big moment there for Rex. Did force some of those Archons, but at the same time is losing his Lurkers. Lurkers go down, and he may have lost too many Roaches. He may have just lost too many Roaches at this point. Rex, he's vulnerable. Lemon, he's maxed out. Oh my god. And this is what this is what Lemon has been working towards. Now he's got his Charge Lots, his Archons, his Immortals. Doesn't have Storm anymore, unfortunately. Storm would have made this push so much easier, but you can see Lemon, and that momentum quickly swing in his favor after that fight. And this playstyle from Rex, remember, he was building up towards fast lurkers, and he lost them. Now he only has one lurker to defend. There we go, a second lurker coming in. But can we keep up? The hatchery is going to be going down. And Lemon, his supply is barely touched. His 5th base is denied, that is true. 5th base is denied by that link run by. But for the most part, Lemon, he's still looking perfectly fine. It catches out the link towards the bottom right. The lurker count is slowly getting higher. We have 5 more lurkers on the way. That's going to be 8 lurkers in total. So June managed to snipe a couple of units here. I believe he sniped another lurker. Zellaramba headed towards the 5th. Stalker's bringing forward, taking down another lurker. Take down a lurker. As Lemon is going to be rotating around. Again, he's trying to find a way in. I mean, Lemon has been maxed for quite some time, and Rex has been able to stabilize here with his lurkers. You can see how powerful lurkers are defensively, where if you can keep up with the rotations, if you can get in position with a handful of lurkers, it's so difficult to push up a ramp and into a choke point. So as a result, Rex, he's holding, he's stabilizing. But shout out to Lemon, because Lemon, as soon as he realized that there were lurkers out, bam, Fleet Beacon, Stargate, Sky Toss is on the way. Sky Toss is on the way. That is the best answer here for lurkers, as lurkers do not shoot up, and we're investing into a lot of lurkers. Likewise, Hydras are not ideal against Sky Toss either. We need a Spire. We need Corruptors. Without a Spire, without Corruptors, then Lemon, he's going to run away with this. Like, Lemon is still looking quite comfortable. He's on 82 workers. He's on 5 bases. His 5th was denied earlier, but now it's up and running. Rex, he's pushing through the center. Can he end this before the carriers can really hit critical mass? A couple of spine shots going off. Ooh, I think the carrier was revealed. Yeah, carriers, they have been scouted, they have been spotted. That's a lot of Immortals. Do you see Lemon rotating around? Rex trying to keep up. Is trying to keep up here. We're coming in from behind as well. Stalkers, they collapse on these lurkers, and a good chunk of them going to be going down there. There's just not enough support here for the Zerg. So many lurkers fall. Big stasis here on the Hydras. Oh, it traps a lurker. No. Traps a lurker. Gets an Overseer as well. And with that, Rex, he's in quite a bit of trouble right now. You can see that Rex is remaxing, but as a reminder, he's remaxing on Hydra Lurker. No Vipers. No Spellcasters to support. So this army is just a bit subpar. Yeah, we're going to be able to focus down those Lurkers one after the other. They're going to be going down. Big storms on the army as well. GG gets called. There's no stopping the Sky Toss, and Lemon takes game number 1. GG. GG, well played. A solid game there out of Lemon, and yeah, Rex just struggling a little bit there, having a hard time getting away with his lurker tech and responding to the Sky Toss as well. Like, he was already so far in, and even getting into lurkers was a difficult thing for Rex to accomplish. He kind of stumbled his way into it, and wasn't really able to stabilize himself. Again, the power spike of the lurker was never really there because we already had a good enough army to deal with it. The lurkers allowed Rex to survive, but he wasn't able to really live, and he wasn't able to thrive in that game. With that, GG, Lemon takes game 1, and Lemon is looking primed to take game number 2. Can Rex fight back? I'm hoping for an ace match. What are you guys using VPN? So yeah, just clarifying that the clean feed is routed through a VPN to the English casters, whether it's ourselves, Rotterdam, Wardy, or the other English casters out there. But there we go. We're diving into our next game, into game number 2, and we do have Rex for offside. And in the top left, we have his opponent from the land of Taiwan, representing Mystery Gaming. It is Lemon, the Colossus. Lemon doing his best Max Pax impression here, not having a webcam, unfortunately. But Max Pax is usually portrayed as Artanis. We do see instead Lemon, he's the Colossus. Beautiful, lovely. Didn't make it Colossus last game though. Just saying, didn't make it. I'm shaking my head. Shaking my head, Lemon. What's going on? As it is gonna be a hatch gas pool. Standard opener out of Rex is so far going to be a standard opener. Lemon, he does confirm that of course the hatchery has been thrown down at the unnatural location. And a big shout out to Chileno Singaporean. Oh my god, papi. Big shout out to Chileno. Gracias, papi, gracias. Thank you so much for resubscribing for 27 months. 37 months. Oh my god. Over 3 years of support. Thank you, papi. Thank you. I always appreciate it. We always appreciate the support here. Thank you, Chileno. Thank you. Without long-time supporters like Chileno, you know, we would not be here. We wouldn't be as active as we are, as committed as we are. I mean, we would be, but we appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you. Thank you, Chileno. Do appreciate it. Gah, papi, gah. I'm not quacking 37 times. Guys, just for the great cast. Oh, you're welcome, papi. You're welcome. I'm hoping for 3 more strong years to come. At least. We got you, papi. We got you. As for now, we're going to be settling in. Again, the openers, there's nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy out of them. Not yet. But again, referring to the previous game, even though Rex was kind of teching up and working towards lurkers, he was still bleeding out a lot of units. And as he was working towards lurker tech, Lemon was also teching up as well in towards Storm. In towards Storm, Archons, a heavier Immortal count. And just to reiterate, as soon as we realized that lurkers were being produced, we went straight into carrier production. And not just that, but when the lurkers first hit the field, we lost almost all of them. We lost almost all the lurkers in that center fight. It was a brutal fight for Rex, not worth it at all. And again, he was never able to really, you know, go in stride with his lurkers. Like, his lurkers were only ever used to survive and stabilize. And even then, he just barely couldn't. So, GG. A game that Lemon was pretty in control of in game 1, but now we're settling into game 2, and I want to believe that Rex can bounce back here. I want to believe. Give me an ace match, buddy. Give me an ace match. As the Adepts are going to be shading across the map. 2 Adepts, they one-shot drones. So far, they do get some damage done on these Lings. A nice Evo block here. Blocks off the Adepts. And with that, Rex, he minimizes his losses. 0 drone kills so far. Very nice defense out of our Zerg player. Very good defense. Very good defense against the Adepts. Meanwhile, Ling speed kicks in, and our goal here is to delay the 3rd base if at all possible. But we do get here in time. Lings are fended off, and the 3rd is thrown down without too much issue. Personally, I think 37 quacks would be tuna jam. Ah, you're an animal. There's too many quacks. It's too many quacks. I can't quack that much, man. Oh. As we do see Rex applying a bit of pressure, trying to be a nuisance with these Lings. So far, not really achieving too much with them. Oracles are moving out. It's going to be a triple Oracle opener at 11. So far, very standard stuff. Oracles, their goal here is to try to pick up a couple of workers, try to catch Rex off guard. Queen so far in position. So far, Oracles are forced back. Is going to be a Twilight Council follow-up here at 11. We are going to be seeing that Twilight Council. The Forge is going to be delayed once again. If you remember, this is something that I brought up in game 1, how the Forge was late. But this is even later here. There is no Forge. I'm curious. Lemon, what do you have planned for us here? Extra gateways on the way. This is going to be Glaives. I'm feeling... Okay, there we go. Late Forge. Just going to be a late Forge here from Lemon. I do think we could have had the room for it, so... Yeah, Forge and +1 is going to be a little bit later than we would have liked. Blink is on the way. Oracles, they get into the main base. They get a couple of drone kills, but ooh, the Oracle goes down. Big pickoff. Yeah, rough loss there for Lemon. Very nice defense, and getting a handful of drones for one Oracle, not worth it. Not worth it for Lemon at all. Meanwhile, it's still building up. Oracle gets across the map. Not quite getting too much damage done. There's still 2 Oracles being active. The third was killed. Third was killed as Lings. They do get across the map. They don't quite get to the kill in that robo. Don't quite get the cancel. And Roach Horn is on the way. So once again, it's going to be Ling Roach from Rex. Should be Ling Bane Roach. Also on melee, well underway. So a pretty standard unit composition here from Rex. We'll keep our eye on the drone counts to see if anyone cuts workers. But for now, we're saturating our bases. Ooh, that is quite a bit of a supply block there from Rex. 9 Overlords on the way. Ay, ay, ay. 10 Overlords. Oof. And yeah, the Observer is now pointing it out. A brutal supply block there from Rex. Oh my god. So many Overlords being produced. And that could have been an even larger army here. That could have been a faster or a double expand. That could have been more droning. That could have been anything. Rex running a run by. Doesn't find too much. Yeah, Lings are being shaved off. Rex hasn't droned in a while, by the way. Rex, he cut workers at 63. Ever since the supply block, he has not made a single drone. He's massing up Ling Roach. I mean, to be fair, he does need an army here to defend against the initial Stalkers. And we can see, same build out of Lemon. He's going into +1, heading towards, I imagine, Charge thereafter, into Templar Archives, into Archons and Storm. Big stasis trap goes off. Big stasis on those Lings. And with that Rex, he can't quite engage. Another stasis trap turned down. Getting a Roach for free, almost getting a Queen. Almost. Reinforcements are getting surrounded here. Stasis trap baited out as well by Rex, and Lemon, he's stuck. He's in a really awkward position. He has to get the hell out of here. I'm bleeding out a couple of Stalkers. Expensive losses there for Lemon. A big Ling counterattack denies some of the stack defense. And Rex, we're pushing out. We're almost maxed, by the way. Rex, I mentioned before, he hasn't made a drone since the supply block. That is still the case. He has not made a single drone in quite some time. He's maxing out. It's a 3-base all-in out of Rex. It's nothing but Ling Roach. And we need Immortals. We need an army to defend. Lemon does get his 4th, but we're lacking stack defense. We're lacking shield batteries. Yeah, no shield battery at the natural. Only 1 shield battery at the 3rd. The Roaches, they're getting on top of the Stalkers. Overcharge is popped. It will help. But again, Lemon, he's being overwhelmed. Or is he? We depower the Robo. Good blink so far at a Lemon. Reinforcements are on the way. Oracles are out of energy. Oh, again, these are expensive losses for Lemon. Yeah, bleeding out a lot of Stalkers. The shield battery was depowered. It wasn't helping. And it looks like Rex, he may have just barely done it. He may have broken the back of his opponent. Gets on top of the Robo, denies any Immortal production. And again, we were taking into Storm and Archons, but we have none. Didn't have any ready for this. Yeah, probes are falling at the 3rd base. We can't quite break the natural, but we don't need to. We don't need to break that natural. As we are killing the 3rd base, we could even go for the 4th. Oh my god, even here the Stalkers, they just can't keep up. They can't keep up, not anymore. And Rex, he's looking to force the ace match. Yeah, shuts down the 3rd. Heads towards the 4th. Again, no stack defense. So there's just nothing to protect the 4th base. Oof. Getting even more damage done. And we should be able to chase down all those probes. Some of them are surviving, but yeah, we peel off a couple of units. We're going to be able to clean them up. And the 3-base all in from Rex, it is gonna be working here. We should be forcing the ace match. I was concerned after game 1 that we may just see nothing but 2-0s tonight, but it looks like that is not gonna be the case. Rex, he is back with a vengeance. Goes for the Nexus. With all those Lings, he should be able to focus it down. It's going to be close. He wants the Stalkers instead. And he will punish the Stalkers. Yeah, a lot of them get picked off. Expensive losses for Lemon. Looks like the Nexus is going to survive, though. Nexus does survive a little bit longer. Behind this, Rex has now been droning. He's finally been saturating his bases. He's getting a 5th base. Hive is on the way, +2 alongside it. Rex just backing off, calming things down, remaxing before he goes in for the kill. And again, it should be a kill here. It's going to be a miracle if Lemon somehow survives this. No shot, Papi, no shot. As we collapse on the army once again, Banelings are rolling in. They do roll in. They zone back the army. Once again, boys are being pulled, evacuating that 4th base. We collapse on top of the Archons. There's one that does finish for a second, for a moment, before being shut down. And Lemon, he's down to sub 40 workers. Overcharge does protect his natural. He's surviving. He's holding on. Trying to, at least. Once again, Rex, he ignores the bases, goes and trades with the Stalkers instead. And these are pretty worthwhile trades, especially because, like, these next side, they aren't really doing anything for Lemon. Yeah, GG gets called, the writing was on the wall, and Rex fights back, putting a point on the board. GG. GG, well played. A bit of a look of relief there from Rex. No concern that, like, can the Protoss come back from this? Can they bounce back? I should win, right? I should win. There it is. GG. GG, well played. As a reminder, Rex did go for a 3-base all-in. It was a 63 drone, massive Ling Roach all-in. Nothing but army there. And Lemon, it just took him too long to realize what was happening. Like, Lemon, he didn't know what was happening until it was too late. Remember, 0 shield batteries at the natural, only 1 shield battery and 1 pylon at the 3rd base, like minimal stack defense, and the army was caught out on the map as well. So Lemon just had a really hard time reading what Rex was doing, and by the time he realized, again, the all-in was there, the all-in was working. GG. We talk about it all the time, but scouting is paramount in StarCraft for every race. I mean, there are, you know, of course, like exceptions to the rule here and there, especially if you're the one going all in early on, sure, but again, it was on Lemon to try to figure out whether or not Rex was macroing. And now we're getting into game number 3, and I'm a little bit concerned because game 3 is Hardlet. Another smaller map. Let's go. Is going to be another smaller map, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Hardlet, we have our Red Zerg, Rex from Land of Taiwan. And in the top left, we have his opponent, also from Land of Taiwan. It is Lemon, a Protoss player. Here we go. Again, of course, Rex recently joining offside, relatively recently. He was on onside for quite some time, then he, again, pseudo-retired, and it's great to see that Rex is still being supported by his old team in some form or fashion. Not onside anymore, but offside. Really do appreciate it. Those who are curious, both Rex and Firefly are being supported by offside, and I'm wondering, will we get an offside team kill, right? It's like Firefly is patiently waiting for tomorrow's match, waiting for the win of this series. Who's it gonna be? Who does he want? Does he want a team kill? Does he want to face off against Lemon in a PvP instead? Regardless, it is going to be an uphill battle. Regardless, I would say that Firefly is favored against either of these players, but I'm sure the offside boys, they want the team kill ideally. If light gives you lemon, give lemonade. Oh god. Inch to the maniac. Icetan, is that you? Is that shaking my head. He does call for aid. Will you answer him? That is the question. Lemon being forced into the ace match. Can he bounce back? Will Rex run away with this? For now, hatch gas pull, unnatural, natural. Okay, now what is important about the base that Rex just took is that with this center base, you can actually launch your creep very quickly across the map and set up a creep highway. We spoke about this before, but Roach Queen based all-ins are very common and very standard on hard. I don't know if I would say standard, but they're very common on hard lead. To the point where we brought it up and Silky did it. Silky did it earlier today, like an hour ago against Firefly. It didn't work. It fell on its face. Firefly read it so well and shut it down before it could really get going. That's how that series had ended. We'll see if Rex takes the bait. Is he also feeling like sending his queens out for a walk? Curious. Basically, we're going to be keeping our eye out for an early lair. An early lair would be a tell. That's really the biggest thing that we're looking for if we do throw down a lair earlier than normal. Otherwise, should be a pretty standard game. As the creep is spreading, we are investing in an extra pair of lings. Instead of making 6, we're making 8. But okay, it's only going to be 8 lings. We're still droning up behind this. I was keeping an eye out for a ling flood, but looks not to be the case from the side of Rex. He is droning. Lings have arrived. They're going to be chasing down at least one more of those adepts. Well, they do get one. They do manage to get one more. The Lemon shades the hell out of there. Behind this is going to be a Stargate opener. Stargate into Oracle, so standard build here from the side of Lemon. There's that third base. We should be getting into multiple oracles to scout, to harass, to get eyes on the map. As we saw last game, despite these oracles, Lemon did have a really hard time identifying the all-in. So it isn't just about having those oracles, it's about making use of them, being active with them. Keeping an eye on the drone counts, the mineral lines, the tech, the timings. All very important here for Lemon. For once, it wasn't me. For once, as that is the fast Roach Warren, by the way. Let's go. Oh my god, that was what, a 4-minute Roach Warren timing here by Rex? No reason to throw down a Roach Warren that early on unless you mean to use it. And this early against a Stargate opener, it's not a defensive Roach Warren, let me tell you. Should not be defensive here. Ling's going to be checking the front door. We are still droning. So we'll see if Rex does cut workers here. Earlier on, as Lings are amassing, Roach Warren is now done, and I'm keeping my eye out for Roach production. Meanwhile, behind this, once again, a delayed Forge. This does look intentional from Lemon. As Rex, he's got 2 more overlords on the way. Yeah, he's banking roaches. Yep, there we go. Roaches are amassing. The creep highway is set up, and we spoke about waddling those queens across the map. I believe they're going on that walk. They're waddling, Bobby. They're waddling. Oh, they're defending back at home. Never mind. But the creep highway is set up, and we are rallying across the map. Rex is all in. 2 base all in. We're cutting workers at 44. 2 base saturation. The third is only for Larva. It's all or nothing here for Rex. And Lemon, he sees. He sees what's going on. Shield batteries are on the way. He saw the lack of saturation at the natural base. He saw the lack of drones, and he's getting ready. 1 shield battery at the natural, 2 shield batteries at the third base. We spoke about it. It is very common on hard lead to go for these all-ins, whether it's a queen walk, whether it's a German taxi, whether it's just a ling or a trapper push. There it is. The queens, they're waddling out. They're waddling out. Let's go. But the problem is that Lemon knows he does bleed out an oracle, but he is much more prepared this time. He's much more prepared here in game number 3 than he was in game 2. He's ready to receive. But is he? Can he hold? Can he defend? So far, stage traps are being baited out. Files, they shut down, or they try to shut down one of those shield batteries. More stage traps. Big connection there on the Lings. Yeah, big stasis on the Lings here towards the south. Instead, we divert our attention towards that natural. Queens are pushing forward. There's no creep. They can't transfuse. No transfuse available. 1 queen goes down. Overcharge is popped. Queens are taking a lot of hits, and again, they cannot maintain themselves. It feels like Rex is running out of steam a little bit, but the stage trap does run out. And the shield battery overcharge also runs out. Yeah, we're going for the third. We're going right for the third base, and we should be able to break it. As the shield batteries are out of energy, the army is a little bit distracted. File's going to be connecting. Oh, yeah, they take down some of those probes. Yeah, the Stalkers, they're all falling here at the at the third base. The third base is completely broken. But Lemon can back off and can try to just hold on to the natural. And he's killing all the queens. Yeah, the queens are falling one after the other. We should barely kill the Nexus. But after this snipe base, we have to take stock. Because this all-in did kill a base, but we were all-in. And the worker count is pretty similar. Worker count is pretty similar. Rex, he threw away all of his roaches, all of his ravagers, all of his queens, more importantly. That was not a cheap trade. And I want to give the edge to Lemon here. As Lemon, he weathers the storm. He survives the all-in. He was not killed. And now we're sniping overlords. There are no defensive queens. Lings are trying to engage. It looks like we may have one queen in between the bases now. Two queens in between the bases. They are coming in, but they're exposed. Yeah, this Stalker counterattack is getting so much done already. Catching 3 overlords, shaving off all these Lings. Roach Ravager is struggling. Yeah, and here come the reinforcements. Lemon, he's snowballing out of control. He gets on top of the army. Boys are being pulled. They have to be. Good target firing on that Ravager. Yeah, and the Stalker army, it's just too much. The all-in had to kill. Not just kill the third, but kill the Protoss, and it didn't. And with that, we dive on top of the Ravagers, one after the other. They're going to be going down. We get the queen. Oh, there's one queen left. One queen remaining. 18 drones fall. And Rex, he's in a world of hurt right now. Boys are being pulled once again. GG gets called. It's not going to be enough. And Lemon, he does it. He takes the series 2-1, advancing on to the semifinals. GG. GG, well played. Again, Lemon, this time he did identify the all-in. This time he was able, if you saw with his oracles, he noticed 0 drones at the natural base. He noticed the lack of workers. As soon as he noticed that, he rotated back around. Shield batteries on the way, extra weapons as well. And yes, he may have lost his third, which did look a little bit rough. But even though he lost the third, he traded his third base and his workers for the Roach Ravager army. He reset the army count, and that meant that Rex was vulnerable to a counterattack. He was not ready to receive another army. Rex was caught with his pants down. GG. Congratulations to Lemon. With that, we're halfway through the night. We have 2 more matches left. We're going to be going on a short break. When we return, Cyan versus Kingslayer in a PvT. If you're a Terran fan, Terrans are now coming out. They're now going to be featured here against some Protoss players. See you soon.